Good morning, this is set 71438, Super Mario World, Mario and Yoshi. Based on the game Super Mario World, it's yet another nostalgic Mario set that also comes with a crank. The 18 plus category of LEGO Mario sets that come out once a year rarely ever miss, and safe to say this one doesn't either. An iconic duo, great display piece, and not to mention the amazing mechanism that runs everything, it is pretty high up there for one of my favorite LEGO sets of last year. The retro pixel art style represents the two perfectly, with each 1x1 tile representing each pixel of Mario and Yoshi. And with LEGO being a brick-based system, this was an excellent way of achieving this look. Seeing it all come together was satisfying, even though Technic building isn't really my favorite. And that means the set is a mix of an art, Technic, and a Mario set. Though it comes straight from the game, it's not just a boring two-dimensional display piece. Looking at it from different angles, you can tell that some parts layer on top of others, keeping the viewing experience interesting while also having technical reasons. It makes the entire set aesthetically pleasing to look at from different angles, just as long as you don't look at it from the back. On to the bottom of the set, where you can see that they included the downward facing tire pieces to add more friction and stability to the surface the set will rest on. A similar strategy used in the 2021's Bonsai Tree and 2023's Tranquil Garden for the same reasons. But while they were there for display stability for those two sets, on this set, it's here so you can crank the mechanism without having to hold down the entire set. And comparing to the Nintendo Entertainment System set from a while back, I appreciate the improved crank design and stronger base. Speaking of the crank, turning it moves, well, everything. With just one movement, Yoshi starts to bob up and down as his arms and legs start to swing, while Mario's cape flutters in the wind, animating the entire set coming to life. But if you thought that was it, guess again, as that's not all. Turning the more hidden knob behind Yoshi causes him to stick his tongue out, just like in the game where Yoshi eats fruits and Goombas. Something else I realized while building was that you can easily take Mario off because he just sits on Yoshi rather than being attached to him through traditional LEGO connections, meaning that just like in the games, Mario can abandon Yoshi and jump off of him. Poor Yoshi. And if Mario's cape isn't your cup of tea, you can also remove it easily without affecting any of the mechanism, giving you a normal power-up-free Mario riding on Yoshi. Also included is the QR code-like tile that can be scanned with the electronic Mario figure, where spinning the crank displays Mario and Yoshi running through the screen. Now onto the build. Inside the box comes 15 bags with a paper package instruction booklet and 0 stickers, as is the normal case for 18 plus Mario sets. The instructions came in the same material that LEGO paper bags come with that this set unfortunately does not have. Strange that they're only doing it for instruction booklets now. It's 2025, which was the planned year for LEGO to phase out all plastic packaging, so let's hope we see it soon. Inside the instructions include the story behind the game Super Mario World and some in-game screenshots. It also features the designers. The designer, Carl Merriam, also designed the Bowser set, which now makes sense given how much Technic work was put into Bowser, similar to this one. Starting off with bag 1, we start with the base of the build with a mix of Technic and brick building. Onto bag 2, where we started making the background of the ground using lime bricks. Bag 3 started on making the back column that holds most of the technical mechanisms. In bag 4, we made Yoshi's legs. Bag 5, we made the body of the base of Yoshi. With bag 6 being more Technic building and working on Yoshi's arm. Bag 7, 8, and 9 finishes off Yoshi, including the tongue mechanism that's achieved with the round gear. Bag 10 creates the front of the landscape, which was accurate down to the different types of green that were used for the shading. On to bag 11, where we start creating Mario, with bag 12, 13, and 14 having us tile him off. My guess as to why they're in such small bags is to help with the confusion that you may have from having so many different tiles. And in bag 15, we make the cape, which finishes off this build. And with that, we have our Mario and Yoshi. It wasn't the hardest build, but it wasn't also the easiest considering how much Technic goes on behind the scenes. And though Technic is one of my least favorite LEGO systems, I think it's worth it to achieve the look and function that this set has. But what do you think? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, good night.